going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is No Spoon. I appreciate you guys being here. I finally got my store up, so if you need any guidance figuring out where your awareness is and just maybe what's going on, I can absolutely help you with that. Link is in the description. Today's video is going to be about movement. Needing to see movement for proof of evidence that you are doing something correctly. And we're going to clear all that up today. This video is for the doubters, for the people who are unsure that the law is working, who are thinking of giving up, and just feel like nothing's working, and then they see movement and they become so attached to the movement. So first things first, we have to understand, like I said in my previous video, that the external reality is dead and gone all the time. Everything that you see externally is dead. It's last month's milk. It's expired. Okay? Everything that you see externally is the result of what you have expressed, perceived, thought to yourself, assumed to be true, and it has spat out for you to perceive and experience once again. It is an endless cycle unless you know how to break it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? So, first things first, the most foundational, fundamental thing that you need to wrap your head around for manifestation is that the 3D cannot offer you anything once you start claiming to be new. Once you claim something new, it cannot validate you. So do not look to the 3D to validate you. Do not look for proof. Do not look for evidence. There is no such thing as movement. You need to look at the 3D as something that has nothing to do with you anymore. We'll take an SP for example, because again, I know SP is the popular topic. Again, that's why I got onto manifestation in the first place, so I'm going to touch on that. Whenever, externally you're getting ghosted, you're not getting the time of day from your SP, they don't even look at you. Internally, once you start practicing manifestation, not that you're doing anything extra to practice manifestation, I mean, you're manifesting all day, every single second of your life with what you see and perceive and say out of your mouth and what you assume to be true. You're manifesting. We are creators. When you start claiming things like, SP is so in love with me, they can't get enough of me, I'm all they think about all day, they're texting me nonstop. When you see a little bit of wiggle movement in your external reality, that's not your end. That's not your end. The end is what you saw in here. Okay, so what is movement? Movement cannot identify what you saw inside. All right? So stop looking to the 3D for validation. It cannot offer you anything whatsoever. You're looking at an old reflection of what you have assumed to be true. So when you assume something else, you're still looking at the old script to try and validate your new story, and that makes zero sense whatsoever. So people get hung up on movement and, oh, they looked at me and, oh, they texted me one time. What is your end? Is your end for your SP to text you a couple of times and that's it? I don't think so. It's probably to be in a loving relationship with them, maybe be married to them, maybe for them to just put you as a priority. That's not, we're still indifferent to the outside. We're always indifferent to the outside. The true reality, where things are generated from, is your 4D, your imagination, your ability to see something before it is here, before it is externally experienced. So the name of the game of manifesting, which, I mean, manifesting is such a weird word for me. Like, I don't really like that. It's kind of just very much watered down, and people think it's this thing that you have to go into a cave and make this sort of magic thing happen. You're doing it all the time. So the name of the game is to identify more with the internal reality than the external reality that is dead and gone, like I mentioned before. Your job is to identify with your internal reality and understand that that is the true reality, and it happened. Once you saw it, it happened, and it is still happening, and it is now, until you contradict yourself and say, and you say that's not it, and this is who I am now. Once you say I am not, then that's true. That's true for you. You are shifting into different states of being all day, every day. So remain internally in the state of being, in the reality that you would like to experience externally. And then just stay there. If you see movement from your SP, okay, cool. I mean, that's not my end, but that has nothing to do with me, because actually I know that SP is obsessed with me and they're in love with me, and they are blowing my phone up all day. I mean, tell yourself again the most outlandish story in your head, because why not? You will experience it too, by the way. So just be careful kind of what you say internally, because you will end up experiencing it on the external unless you contradict yourself over and over and over. If you're claiming that SP is in love with you, SP is in love with you, SP is in love with you, and then you see them and you're constantly like, oh, are they looking at me? Oh, I don't know. Oh, are they texting me? Oh, I wonder who they're talking to. Does that sound like the person who has their SP? Imagine right now, if you and your SP were in a loving relationship and they just spoiled you and put you at the top of their list, and they made you the priority, and they were just madly in love with you and they expressed it all the time. If that was a normal thing for you, would you be the person that is checking their social media to see who they're hanging out with? Would you be the person who is constantly checking your phone to see if they texted you, or if they want to make some time for you? No, it would just be a normal going about your day. Whenever the SP comes to your mind, oh yeah, they really are just blowing my phone up. Like, even go over the top with it. Man, they really need to get a life. I mean, they cannot stop texting me. I mean, this is all day, every day sort of thing. And then keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't make it this big thing. Just like I said, with your phone, with your iPhone. You have the new iPhone and you've had it for a couple weeks. Is the iPhone on your mind all the time? Are you constantly thinking about your iPhone? No. When you think about your iPhone, you're like, oh yeah, it's mine. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. Keep it moving. That's how you need to make your SP. That's how you need to make the amount of money that you want to make. That's how you need to make this job promotion. That's how you need to make every single outcome, every single desire that you would like to experience. You need to make it normal. It needs to be a passing thought, and whenever it comes to mind, you remind yourself of the truth. Now, there are ways for you to experience the truth and really let it soak into your being. You've heard of techniques before. You've heard of all of the affirmations and things like that. Those are to experience it. They are not the things that manifest it externally. You are the thing that manifests it externally. Techniques are tools. Remember that. Techniques are tools for you to experience the truth, the true reality right now. So for visualization, don't make it this extenuous thing. Like 5 to 10 minutes, lay down, calm your body down, calm your mind down, and then bring an image to mind bring a desire to mind, hear somebody congratulate you. Let's say you want to let's go small. You want to make 10K a month. Go internally, lay down, calm your body down, calm your mind down, take some breaths, shut yourself out from this external reality, and hear somebody close to you say something like, congratulations, man, you're making 10K a month. Wow, that's amazing. And feel that and hold that and know that that is the true reality right there. Know that that just happened because everything is now. There are infinite realities and you just tapped into the one where you make 10K a month. It's not just your imagination. That's the worst thing that you can tell somebody is it's just your imagination. That's actually where everything is created. And the more that we can identify with the imagination, with the internal reality, and understand that what we see externally is dead and gone, that's when things start molding and shifting around you. So if the 3D throws something at you that is opposing what you have claimed to be true, let's say I claim that I make 10K a month. If one of your family members comes up and says, hey, starts asking you about your financial situations and how are you going to make ends meet and this and that, you can respond in the 3D, but don't emotionally react to it. Don't let it identify you. You know what the true reality is. You know what you claim to be true. It's almost like your name. So my name is Tyler. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, Bob, I wouldn't get all emotional and be like, oh my God, no, my name's Tyler. My name's Tyler. My name's Tyler. My name's Tyler. No, I'm not Bob. I'm not. My name's Tyler. I would be like indifferent to it. I'd be like, no, you got the wrong person. My name's Tyler. And then I would keep it moving. That's exactly how you want to see your desires whenever something in the external is throwing something different at you. If that family member comes up and tries to talk to you about your financial situation and how you're gonna make ends meet and everything, it's internally, it's indifferent. Like, oh yeah, this is just the old story. Like, it doesn't identify with me anymore. It's still morphing around me, but I know the true reality. I know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. And then you keep it moving. And that's how you identity shift right there. That's what you're doing is you're triggering the 3D because it's something anew, it's something unknown, it's something out of the norm that you are used to. Okay, so think of it like a headlamp or like a lighthouse. Whatever you were shining your awareness on internally is what you were going to experience externally. Right? That's the easiest way that I can put it. Let's take SP for example. You claim that SP is so in love with me, they can't get enough with me. Like, I am on their mind all day, every day. Man, they just keep blowing up my phone, and they're really in love with me. But externally, you're getting ghosted. They're telling you don't talk to me. You're seeing pictures with somebody else. All the way down the line. There's infinite ways that your old identity can throw things at you to try and keep you in the old identity. When you see those things externally, your only job is to be indifferent to it. It doesn't line up with your internal story, right? So what does it have to do with you? There's no reason to get overly emotional, because if you get emotional about something outside, if you react, you're saying that's true about me, right? If you don't react emotionally, you know that that's not true. That's just, oh, you got the wrong guy. My name's Tyler, not Bob. Okay? So it's very simple. I understand that emotions are going to arise because we've been conditioned so long to identify what we see out here when actually it's kind of backwards. What we see internally is what is going to be experienced externally. So identify yourself with what you see internally. Go all out too. Go all out. If you need to use a technique to get yourself in a state, go for it. Nowadays, for myself, I've done this for so long that I can just claim something to be true and I know it's done. And then I just go about my day and I don't care what I see outside. It's the dead reality. I don't care. Okay? So right now, I'll tell you one of my desires that I've had is to make $100K a month. I don't care what I see outside. And I'm going to show you guys on this channel that applying the law is a lot more powerful than doing something, taking action externally. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Inspired action. Your job is not to wonder if you have taken the right steps externally. Your job is to identify correctly internally. Once you have the identity of the person who has what you want, the actions will come naturally. That is inspired action. It is action that you didn't even know that you took, and it led you there. The moment that you're like, am I taking the right action? Is this the right move? That is not from the identity from the person who has what you want. So forget all that. Forget about time. Forget about deadlines. Forget about how it's going to happen. Forget about, am I doing the right move? Always tell yourself everything that I do is the correct move. I am always in the right place at the right time. Claim to be who you are, and then just let everything unfold. Treat it like a movie that you have seen 100 times, but you're showing it to a friend for the first time. You know the ending, right? That's your end. You know the ending. And in the middle, when all the bridge is unfolding and the protagonist is going through all this turmoil and all of these obstacles and hurdles, your friend is like, oh my goodness, how are they ever going to get out of this? That's your external world. But you know the end. You sit there with a smirk because you know the end. You know how it's going to happen. You don't care how it looks outside right now. It all works out in the end. So tell yourself throughout the day, everything always works out for me. This is self-concept shit, by the way. Everything always works out for me. Man, I am a master at manifesting. I mean, everything always lines up for me. Everybody that I meet is so drawn to me magnetically. Perceive it always in your favor. Whenever anything comes to mind, always perceive it in your favor. Everything that you have manifested up until this point, you have done with perfect precision. It is no accident. There is no coincidence whatsoever. You are a master at manifesting, whether you know it or not. All of the bullshit that you've told yourself, all of the, well, this always happens to me. Well, of course this happens. It always goes this way. So it does. So you're correct. You're correct about it. So you get more of, this always happens to me. I never have enough. Of course I got this bill. All these things. You get just that. So flip it into your favor. It's the same process. Same exact process. Try it again. Guys, try it for a week. I'm telling you, or even, you know what? Do this. This is a fun little exercise just to kind of get your mind wrapped around the fact that you are a creator and that you can manifest any and everything. Make a list of like 5 or 6 things that you have no attachment to. Let's do a blue giraffe, a purple elephant, somebody wearing a turtleneck. Make a list of some random shit that you don't care about. Envision it for 3 seconds and then let it go. I guarantee you will see it pop up in your reality. And that is because awareness is everything. What you are aware of, you will experience. So the more that you're aware of bullshit, shit that you don't want, you are going to get more of that. For example, you claim that SP wants you so much, that SP's in love with you and obsessed with you, but then you're aware that they're not texting you. You're aware that they're out with someone else. You're aware that they're not, giving you the time of day. then you will get more of that. That is the identity that experiences ghosting from your SP, not getting the time of day from your SP. The more that you are aware, before you see it externally, that SP is in love with you, that SP texts you all day, that SP makes you a priority, that's what you will experience. Just give it a little bit of time. Okay, your brain does not know the difference between what you imagined in your imagination and what you're experiencing externally. It thinks it's all one thing. So identify with the internal, with the imagination. On earth as it is in heaven. The kingdom of heaven is within, and it will be done on earth. Okay? I think that's all that I wanted to touch on today. Again, if you want to work with me, link is in the description. We're on a roll, man. I'm pumping these out every single day. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I love y'all so much. This is No Spoon, and I'll catch you later.